Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Everyday Carry for the Everyday Guy, and this week is the ever popular EDC review video. This is the gear I've been carrying on my body pretty much every day. If I go out, I'm definitely carrying it. My everyday carry setup is very discreet. If you see me in the street, this is what I look like, just an average guy, nothing too stand outish, nothing too showy. That is how I dress pretty much every single day. And in that shot, I have my full EDC on me, everything you're about to see, except the masks, and that's where I'm going to start. So those of you who've been following my sort of every second daily vlogs that I've started, Urban Warrior have created a mask slash buff, which I think is the absolute business. I did a full review of this. I'll put a link up here right now. It's either up here or up here. This mask is double layered, stretchable. It's got breathable paneling, really cool mask, very well engineered, and it also doubles as a buff, or maybe it's a buff that doubles as a mask, but a very cool piece of kit and something we all need on us. Now, I do want to add, just today I received a package from James Smart over at Street Smart, and he has some masks that he's also produced. They are also really cool, so check this out. This is how they work, right? They sort of go over your face and then tie at the back. I think they're really cool looking, very breathable. He sent me two. The black one was supposed to be for Michelle and the camo one for me. I'm going to go ahead and just keep both of them for myself. Quite a bit less expensive than the Urban Warrior ones. Obviously, the Urban Warrior ones is a buff and a mask, and it's got all that paneling and all those things. The thing about this is this material, I don't know what it is, but it's incredibly sort of soft and subtle. It's so nice. There's no chafing going to happen on your face with this. So if you are looking for just a dedicated mask, I can highly recommend these. You can mail James. Currently, it's going to be on his online store or on his website eventually, but I'll leave the email address you can mail him to down below. Pop him a mail, and if you're interested in getting something like this, he will look you up. They go for like 95 bucks, something like that. Onto something you also see quite a bit on my channel, my shades. I can't recommend these shades enough. These are the Wiley X Saber Advanced shades. If you watch my vlogs, you will know how I abuse these things. No one is tougher on their shades than what I am, and these things still last and are still going perfectly. They're not for everyone. They do have, Wiley X does have different styles, so you can check those out. I got these from Mavs Gear, so huge thank you to Travis over there. But these shades, when they say they last forever, they really do last forever. I beat these things up. I highly abuse these things, and they just keep on going. One of the toughest pieces of kit that I own. Car keys, obviously everyone EDC has a set of car keys. On mine, I have the Acebeam UC15 flashlight. So I have two cars, a Jeep, which is this keys, and a Fiesta, which is sort of my driving around in town car. On my Fiesta's keys, I have the small Olight i1R, and then my Jeep's keys. Another thing that's very important on here is this thing. So I attach this key to one of my belt loops, and it hangs from this little, what's this thing called? Monkeys. They're like little, you know, it's like a little tool that you can use if you really wanted to use it in a pinch. But most importantly, it's a really solid and quite thick carabiner. You can get them from Outdoor Warehouse, and they're like 110, 120 bucks, so it's not too expensive. And then onto clothing. So pretty much the only clothing I wear is Urban Warrior. The Urban Warrior General t-shirts, as well as the Urban Warrior Gear Patch tee, and then the Urban Warrior Infiltrator or Recon pants. Their pants all just have pockets in the right places. It's exactly what I like. There's a lot of stretch going on. They are comfortable. The gear pockets are cut like I want. They're deep pockets. It's got a cell phone pocket, a utility pocket where I keep my wallet. It's just the ideal, for me, the ideal EDC clothing brand. Urban Warrior make clothing especially for urban sort of EDCers. They're on my website. You can check them out at www.edcfortheedg.co.za. I'll leave a link down below to them. But they're a super cool brand, and all their clothing is designed with the everyday carry concept in mind. Like their general tee is cut to normal size on top, but then extends a bit longer to help you conceal. All their pants have fused waistbands to help with holster concealment and security. So it's really cool. Check them out. Okay, so that is the clothing side of things. And then onto my first pocket, which is generally my right-hand side pocket. I carry a folding knife, the Civivi Brigand. So I did a full review of this. It might pop up or it might be in the video description below. This I got from the awesome guys at Blades and Triggers. Huge thank you to them. Definitely go and check out their online store if you want something like this. So I really like this knife, D2 blade steel. Decent blade steel, but I love the sort of custom Wharncliffe edge. Very, very useful utilitarian knife. Also, the pocket clip is right on the top of the blade, or on the top of the scale, shall I say. It sits nice and deep in your pocket, which is super cool, and it's nice and sleek. To give you a comparison, this is my Benchmade Griptilian, and you can see it's a bit thinner than the Griptilian. So Civivi, I didn't even know these guys existed until Blades and Triggers said, hey, check this knife out. Super cool knife. This is my EDC blade. Currently something I can highly recommend. And then inside the utility pocket, I carry a My Brother's Keeper wallet. These wallets are really cool. My Brother's Keeper also donates a portion of their profits to a really good cause to help military veterans. So I'm super cool with helping those guys out. Highly recommend you check them out. I did a full review of this wallet. If it's not popping up, it'll be down below. But the My Brother's Keeper wallet, really, really cool wallet. If you're in South Africa, definitely check them out. It'll hold like about 10 or so cards, and then you've got the money clip at the back. So far, everyone I know who has them is very impressed with it. It's nice, genuine leather that molds and patinas really well. So very, very cool piece of EDC gear. Okay, onto my left-hand side pocket, I am running the Olight Perrin. So this is a 2000 lumen flashlight. Some people say it's on the big side. I think it's just perfect. And I love the functionality. It's kind of like a tail switch light, right? But it's got this sort of periscope style look to it. Really, really cool light. Magnetic tail cap, which is also something I really like. Got all the modes, all the lumens, you know, it's typical Olight, high quality gear. Really tough. Also did a full review, either popping up or down below. Go check that out. My cell phone pocket, I'm not going to get into that because you can carry pretty much any cell phone you want to. The only thing I will say is that Urban Warrior who make these pants will customize your cell phone pocket to your specifications. So when you order a pair of these pants, they will get back to you and say how big is your cell phone, how big is the case, and they will make that pocket fit that cell phone. You can give any custom measurements and they'll hook you up. So whatever your cell phone you're carrying, that's cool by me. And then in my left rear pocket, my good old Leatherman Skelly tool. This by now, if you follow my channel, you will know is my multi-tool of choice. It's a really, really cool multi-tool. The most important thing about this tool is A, it's small, B, it has pretty much everything you need, but C is the pocket clip. The pocket clip is the big deal. A lot of Leathermans come in pouches. I'm not a big fan of carrying things in a pouch. For me, to have a pocket clip is what makes the Skelly tool a better option over the other Leathermans. I went for the cheaper one. I'd initially planned to buy the expensive one, the CX, that had the carbon fiber scales, but I noticed that the more expensive didn't have the little serrated edge. They only had sort of the straight edge blade. And I wasn't keen on that because I use this sort of saw serrated edge way more often. That kind of edge will cut like through plastic piping and things like that, whereas a non-serrated knife edge will really struggle to get through that. So you can get whichever one you want, but I noticed the cheaper one has the better blade edge, but not the better blade steel. You choose. In terms of my firearm, I carry a fairly customized Glock 19 Gen 4 with a Olight PL Pro weapon light, a Sightmark Minishot M-Spec, Magpul GL enhanced magwell. Did a full review on that as well. This firearm is customized 99.9% by SA Laser Engraving. Jonke & Son did the custom heightened iron sights. To take you through it, I'll just take the light off. To take you through it, we've got a basket weave stipple. Those who follow my channel know this already. We've got serrations on the slide. This is an OD green slide. We've got a trigger guard undercut. And then the frame has been milled to sort of accept the MOS plates. So I can switch this red dot out for any red dot. And as far as I know right now, SA Laser Engraving are the only guys doing that. The spare mag I carry is the Magpul PMag, a 17 round PMag. And the holster I carry it in 99% of the time is the Southwest Holsters Rattler. I like to carry a firearm with a weapon mounted light and a spare mag, and there are a lot of people who don't do that, and that's cool. I've got no problem with that. A lot of people advocate having a handheld flashlight instead of a weapon mounted light, and then using your firearm if you needed to in a defensive situation in your strong hand with a flashlight in your off or weekend. And look, if you can do that, then 100%. I know for a fact I can't do that. If I'm defending myself against an assailant who is a moving target and he's moving between vehicles and people at night and he's coming towards me maybe in a zigzag pattern or whatever the case may be, I am not going to be able to point my flashlight at him and my firearm at him and acquire those sights in that small time frame. So I would rather go for a flashlight with a weapon mounted light, but that's my opinion. Everything on this channel is an opinion, nothing is a recommendation. If you can do it, or if you're comfortable to do it, 100% you go for that. And then belts, Denal's Cobra belt, their Cobra EDC belt is my current main deal. Super rigid belt. The rigidity of a belt is very important for concealment and comfort when you're carrying your firearm. The belt has to, once you put your gear on, go straight down. If it leans forward, it puts weight on your lower back and pressure on your lower back, and that's where you get lower back pain, and also affects concealment. So the Denal's Cobra belt, beast of a belt, super comfortable, super rigid, and that's sort of my main jam right now. And guys, that is pretty much my EDC in a nutshell. I may have chucked in B-roll showing you how I carry these things, or I may not have. If I haven't, I will. If I did, you've already seen it. But there are other options, and I just want to point those out. On the flashlight side of things, if you want something over 1,000 lumens, you can look at the Olight S2R Baton 2. It's a bit smaller than the Olight Perrin, and it's got that normal side switch, magnetically rechargeable tail cap. You know the Olight deal. If that's still too big for you and you want to go super mini, you can check out the Phoenix E16 or the Olight S1R Baton 2. We both know these lights pretty well. I've done reviews on both of them. This one is super popular. You can get all the Olights in this video from Torch SA. This flashlight you can get from Blades and Triggers. These are like the super tiny flashlights. They do both go above 1,000 lumens. I think the E16 is 700 or 800. I can't remember exactly. And then if you are a tail cap operation guy, you can check out the Olight i3T EOS. Although you may want to go for the more powerful but similarly sized i5T EOS. This is the new one. I think it's just hit South African shores. I could be wrong, but I saw a few posts about it. Check it out on Torch SA. I'll leave links below if I can find them. This is a 300 lumen tail switch operated flashlight. I took the batteries out because I'm doing the review soon. So you can check that out if you want a more manual tail switch operation. Knife wise, if the Civivi isn't your deal, you want to go something a bit less expensive, you can get yourself a Honey Badger. This one has been customized by the guys at Ultimate Edges. They do great work. The new Honey Badgers come out with a D2 blade steel, so they have improved on that. But Honey Badger is a local brand here in South Africa. They make super tough knives, super cool. If you want to go for something a bit less expensive, check those guys out. And then if you want to go for something a bit more expensive, you can try the Benchmade Griptilian. This has also been customized by the guys at Ultimate Edges. This is a really cool blade, STTV blade steel, apex locking mechanism. You know Benchmade, they are one of the top knife makers in the world. This is from Blades and Triggers, so you can check that out. You can actually check out all the knives that I've shown you from Blades and Triggers. And then on the weapon mounted lights, if the Olight PL Pro isn't for you, you can check out the PL Mini. There's also the new PL Mini 2. You can check out either one of those. Most of the holsters manufacturers I'm going to talk about will cater for either of these lights. You can also go for the old Olight PL2 Valkyrie if you want that lumens but not that extra cost of the PL Pro. And then I think Edge Custom Carry does a holster for the Boulder. So if you want to go for one of those, you definitely can contact Edge Custom Carry. I think they can hook you up. I think I saw it on Facebook. Just an addition on the blade things, if you are someone who carries a defensive blade, I highly recommend the ever popular K-Bar TDI or the Colonel blade. Now, the only people I know who still have of these in stock are the knife guys, so definitely check them out. I'll leave a link to their website down below. Kernel blade and K-bar TDI, sort of like the same thing, but like the kernel blade is like a modified version of the TDI. Like the TDI came out first and the kernel blade sort of improved on the design. So defensive blades, I think these are amongst the top that you can get your hands on. That's just at least my opinion. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to have a look at. I'll try to get hold of it. I'm not a defensive blade kind of guy. I'm not overly talented with a blade. So I don't like to carry a tool I'm not super good at using. However, if I can't carry my firearm, I will carry one of these because I don't want to go anywhere defenseless. And then on the holster side of things, guys, there are a ton of options. If you're going for just the base firearm, you can go for Tenneco. All the options I'm going to show you in this video are available in South Africa. So Tenneco from Rocksteady Gear, they make a really cool holster, and they come out with the discreet carry concept clips, which are the most concealable clips on the market, and also the toughest. They are made out of spring steel. Once these are on, they are not coming off. So the Tenneco Valo, they've released like a few different kinds of these Valos. This is the Valo 3 with the wedge. They now have something called body contour, so you can go and check that out. And then Bravo Concealment are now in South Africa. You can check them out through SA Tactical Institute. As you know, I'm a huge fan of Bravo Concealment. They make some of the smoothest, freaking molded holsters you're ever going to get your hands on. The Bravo Concealment Torsion 3.0, really sleek, brilliant holster with that torsion technology that twists the holster into your body. Very cool. If you want to carry a spare mag but without a weapon mounted light, you can check out the Quantum Carry Centerline V2. This is the one that rotates all the way around. Super comfortable, super well made holster. Most of the guys are going for this connection like this type situation. I also did a full review of this. It's either popping up or it's in the links below. Check that out. Southwest holsters, Rattler. What I like about Southwest holsters is they have a flair for the artistic, which is really cool. Holsters in South Africa, like, we're getting really good at it. So what's going to set people apart is like how artistically you can make your holster, how well molded it's going to be, and how little material there is. Like, people are not wanting big bulky holsters anymore. So like the least amount of materials used are going to be the holsters people are going to go for. This is sort of what I'm talking about. Like, if you look at how perfectly this little flashlight area is molded, and you know the Kydex is molded perfectly to the firearm. So that's kind of what I'm talking about when I say like the least amount of materials used, because you know, when you're carrying a big setup, you don't want any extra material to carry. And then if you want to run just the firearm without a spare mag but with a weapon mounted light, the Edge Custom Carry Eclipse is what I would recommend. I've attached the K-bar TDI to mine, but these are really cool. Edge Custom Carry, everybody knows them here in South Africa. They make amazing gear. Aluminium claw. I helped with the sort of R&D on this holster. Very cool holster if you want to run a setup that doesn't have a spare mag carrier. So guys, that's pretty much a review of my EDC as well as alternatives. I tried to cover like everything in this video, so there's a ton of information. You're welcome to go back and re-watch it. Pretty much everything you've seen I have reviewed. So if you click on the down arrow below in the video description, you will see reviews of pretty much every single item you've seen in this video. This has been my EDC even through the lockdown, and I wanted to wait like until we are kind of over the lockdown before I did my EDC video, because I didn't want to do a lockdown video because my EDC shouldn't have changed that much, and it really didn't. So thank you to you guys for checking out the video. I hope you enjoy this content. I hope you enjoy the vlogs I'm doing during the week. I try to keep it light and fun and different to gear, just like a different change of speed to lighten the mood because we are still in lockdown. That's it guys. Have a good week. I will see you guys next week for another review. Cheers. God bless.